Eminence Cardinal DiNardo and Bishop Italo, my fellow religious sisters and priests and brothers, members of the Society of Apostolic Life, people of God, and in a very special way, our jubilarians, amazing, 25 years, 60 years, and two sisters are celebrating 75 years of profession. Don't we appreciate them and all religions? We are pilgrims of hope in this special Jubilee year. And today we celebrate a World Day for Consecrated Life. I'm Father Cedric Pisegna, and I am a Passionist priest. I was professed 40 years ago, and along with my vows of poverty and chastity and obedience, we Passionists profess a very special vow. It's our first vow to meditate on and proclaim the Passion of Jesus Christ. And I'm struck by this 12-foot crucifix that weighs 1,800 pounds, almost a ton. And it's so large because it was meant to draw everybody's eye to it. Because as we know, the cross is the crux of Christianity. I read about the Dutch painter Rembrandt. Back in 1633, he painted the raising of the cross. And there were 4 executioners raising the cross. But one stood out because he was dressed in the dress of Rembrandt and even wore a cap like Rembrandt did. Rembrandt painted himself right into the picture as an executioner. And the reason why he did that is because every one of us put Jesus on the cross. And Jesus stayed on the cross for every one of us, to redeem us, to forgive us, and to save us. The founder of the Passionists, St. Paul of the Cross, said that the cross is the most overwhelming work of God's love. Well, what is consecrated life? It's a response. It's a reciprocation to the sacrificial, intense, personal love of God for each one of us. We give our heart and mind and soul and strength because God gave everything for us at the cross. I read a book that in many ways expresses what consecrated life is, and it captures our radical commitment. It was a book called The Sacred Romance. You see, our call to consecrated life at its core is an invitation to love God with all of our heart, mind, soul, and strength. We have the potential, each one of us, to love God like nobody else ever has. And more than following rules and regulations, as is said in the book, The Sacred Romance, ours is a love affair, a love story, an affair of the heart. If you've read the scriptures, and I know you have, the Song of Solomon puts it best. I am my beloved, and my beloved is mine. You see, God actually proposes to us in the scriptures. The prophet Hosea, God says, I will espouse you to me in love. I will espouse you to me in faithfulness. Ours is a love affair, a response to the love of God. That's what consecrated life is. It was the Jesuit father Pedro Arrupe who said and summed up religious life in these words: fall in love, stay in love. It will decide everything. It will decide what gets you out of bed in the morning. It will decide your evenings, your weekends, what you read. Fall in love, it will decide everything. Wow. That is our commitment. That is why we became religious. It is not so much rules and regulations as a love affair with Father, Jesus, Holy Spirit. I hardly ever go to the movies, but last year I saw a movie that so touched my heart. Many of you, I'm sure, have seen it. It was called Cabrini. It's about a young Italian, Francesca Cabrini, and her fellow sisters who left Italy. They set off on a daring mission to the New World, to the immigrants of New York City. And she reached out to the most vulnerable, providing health care and housing and education. She ministered to the orphaned, the sick, and the destitute. And as I saw her love for people, I wept. You see, she faced problem after problem, difficulty after difficulty, and instead of being overwhelmed, she overcame and proved significant and fruitful. She became the first American saint, Mother Cabrini. Well, the movie concluded with a song and his 12-year-old daughter, Virginia. And the name of the song, and I think it's apropos for religious life, the name of the song that concluded that movie was Dare to Be. During this Jubilee year of hope, you who are consecrated, people of God, dare to be, dare to dream, dare to hope. Like the butterfly emerging from the chrysalis, dare to become. I have a saying in my ministry that I've adopted: who you are is God's gift to you, but who you become is your gift to God. And religious life is all about becoming the best that we can be, reaching for the stars, realizing our potential, loving each other. We are reciprocating God's passionate love for us. As Jesus was presented in the temple we celebrate today, all of us are presenting ourselves now in the temple. And soon we will renew our vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience. And as we do in preparation, as we all present ourselves now to God, I'm reminded of the great Saint Ignatius of Loyola and his Suscipe prayer. And he prayed like this, giving himself to God. Take, Lord, receive all my liberty, my memory, my understanding, my entire will. You have given all to me, and I return it. Give me only your love and your grace. That's enough for me.